Shalom Yasharahla, giving all praise and glory to the Most High Power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I was just going over with the class concerning how the elect determine when Easter is. And I hadn't done it for quite a long time, but like I said, you got to study the right hand and the left hand. And I had said since the new moon was the 31st of the third month, somebody have it whenever they do. I'm just telling you how I've learned from how they determine when Easter is. Because it's not every day or the same day every year. It's not the same first day every year. Check it out. Go back 21, 20, you'll see. But you'll see this pattern works every time. And since the new moon is another thing too, you know, the new moon was yesterday, was a dark moon. And from that point, 15 days later, it's going to be a full moon, the 15th, right, of that month. So from the 15th to the next first day, which everybody go to church on, because most I said be circumspect and don't let the name of other guys come out of their mouth. So I'm not calling that day of the week, but y'all know what day I'm talking about. If you don't know, matter of fact, I got a calendar I want to show you, because I want to make sure that what I learned years ago is still in effect this year. So like I said, yesterday was the new moon on the 31st. So the way they calculate their Easter is the first day after the 15th, which would be a full moon, right? So look at the calendar. Like I said, the 31st was yesterday. This is the first right here, right? This is the first. So you count the 15th right here, that's going to be a full moon. So that 15th to the first day after that would be, bam, the 17th. When is it? You see that? I was just telling the class, I went and got the calendar. I ain't never look at it. There it is. Now that's something that you might not ever knew in your life. But you see, I'm going to show it to the class. You can see the 15th, that's the full moon. After the full moon in the first month, the next first day is Easter. Can't deny that. You see it? Can't deny that. So, all praise to the Most High. But show myself the other side. Now you know. But we're going to go into Exodus 12th chapter. Go over a little bit of the days that comes that we're going to honor coming up soon. Some will honor at different times, but you know, we know in part prophesy in part, and we got to do these things. So Colossians 3:17, and whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua. So we're going to look at Exodus 12th chapter. It said, the Most High spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. So you see what they said on the calendar. On this first day, they call it Fool's Day, because they fooled you. Bunch of dummies to think that in the dead of winter, on the first the 1st, 2022 was the new year. Nah. Everything dead. Think about all you that have snow and ice and sleet and you going out there, you barely can move, you gotta have the heat turned all the way up to stay warm. What's new? Nothing's new. But look outside now. Wherever you are, look outside now. You see the leaves are starting to come. Even in California, they got the seasons. It be hot and everything, but them trees, certain trees have the season regardless. The fall come, the leaves get brown and fall off the trees and everything. Be hot, but it's still, they go through the season. You can't change the season because a lot of these trees, they done imported from somewhere else anyway. Especially palm trees. You know palm trees grow out here in California. They import them out, yeah, and set them up all on what they call, back here they called it the devil strip, right? Set them trees all up in the order, and that's what they had when you look up all roads lead to Rome. And they used to put people on them trees. Every spot that they could put on, it's a matter of fact, it's a series called, what's it called? Yeah, The Fall of the Roman Empire. I just had to look at it. It's called The Fall of the Roman Empire. In the beginning of that movie, you'll see, you got to catch it real fast because they show it. They show people on trees, hanging on the trees, like how Masha was hanging on the tree. They had people hang on the trees all around, all over the tree. Every spot they could put a person on, they nailed them to that tree. They all over, but it's right in the beginning. In the beginning, you got to catch it. Come on, real fast and show it. Boom. Then it goes into the movie. But that's what that is, you know. So the beginning of the month, or the first month, is the beginning of the year, you see. And it usually falls from Esau's 3rd month to 4th month, in between that. So he said, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. See? It shall be the 1st month of the year to you. You see? Speaking unto all the congregation of Israel, verse 3, saying, in the 10th day of this month, they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. So a lamb for a house, right? On the 10th day, you get the lamb ready. So we got the lamb ready. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls, number of people that they have in the family. So you might have, you know, the lamb might be enough to feed about, say, 7 people. You only got you and your wife and a child. That's only 3 people. Y'all not going to eat that lamb. So he said, hey, invite your neighbor and y'all come together with it, you know, on it. So you got your neighbors, that's enough, you know, to suffice for 7 people. That's why it said. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your account for the lamb. See? Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the 1st year. You see, got to be a male of the 1st year. You shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats. You can have sheep, you can have lamb, or you can have goat. Either or. You don't have to be lamb. It could be goats too. And you shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. So you get it on the 10th, and you keep it we kept it to the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the 2 side posts and on the upper door posts of the houses wherein they shall eat it. So he said, take the blood that's coming from the lamb or the goat and put it around the doorposts, right? Of the house where you're going to eat it at. See what it says? Posts of the houses wherein they shall eat it. So we in the house, right? And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened bread. So unleavened bread starts on this night, which will be the Passover. Okay? You got to have unleavened bread. You get all the leaven away from, your house, much as you can. You can't eat any leaven for 7 days. Yeast, anything that have yeast in it. And with bitter herbs, they shall eat it. You got to have bitter herbs. They got bitter melon. Look for bitter melon. Look it up. You can look it up on, you can find anything on. Just go to your Google and see that little microphone. Say, hey, boom, bitter herbs, bitter melon. It'll show you where to get them too. So, that'll be bitter. I mean, I know brothers that used horseradish. That's not bitter herbs. It's just hot. It's real hot. You know what I mean? But bitter herbs is bitter. It's bitter. It's all significant for the future of a Mashiach Yahushua coming to what he has to go through. Eat not it raw. Don't eat it raw, he said. Can't eat it raw. Like rare, turn it, have it, put it on the fire, take it off, and you eat it. Like Esau like to eat his meat. Say, don't eat it raw. Nor sodden at all in with water. You can't soak it in water or boil it in water, anything of that nature. But roast with fire. You got to roast it with fire. His head and his legs, and with the pertinence thereof. So we the head and the legs, and with the pertinence thereof, man. He's like, hey, this is how you got to do it. So we looking at cutting it off. You got to skin it and so forth. But you got to cut it off when you roasted it. You just cut what you eating from the outside of it. He said, what's pertinence thereof? So you cut whatever you going to eat from the outside of it. It said, and ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning. So whatever's left, he said, and that which remaineth of it until the morning, ye shall burn with fire. You get rid of. We're rehearsing the righteous acts now, you know what I mean? So this is all symbolic anyway. Like I say, representing what a Mashiach of Shai would have to go through. And thus shall ye eat it with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste, in a hurry. It is the Most High's Passover. You see? It is the Most High's Passover. It is the Most High's Passover. But see, we just went over dealing with the Sabbath and how it's the Most High's holy day. And now we're saying it's the Most High's Passover. But see, you look around and people will treat the Passover like they did Easter when you was growing up. Like it's whatever camp or whatever church, whatever it is, their Passover. I'm looking here and say the Most High's Passover. It's the Most High's Passover. That's why I keep saying it. It is the Most High's Passover. Not no man, not no camp, not no church, not no congregation, or whatever they call themselves. It's the Most High's Passover. And his name is jealous. Understand this. That's why we better tap into him. Could be our last chance to tap into the Most High. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night and will smite. That means he gonna kill all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt. I will execute judgment. I am the Most High, right? So that's why he said, look, go to Exodus 11 chapter. Do what the Most High said. And the Most High said unto Moses, verse 1, yet will I bring one plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt. Afterward, he will let you go hence. Because every time the Most High he brought 10 plagues upon the Egyptians, Hamites, so-called Africans, right? And he said he was doing it to get him a name. That's why I can't say it enough in how the Most High has been disrespected from giving us everlasting life. We lived forever. We were immortal. until we ate of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And all the things that have happened in this world, from that point of death, us choosing death rather than life, we're going through, which is nothing but a few days to the Most High. Said to him 1,000 years just like one day. Tells us that. So in just a few days, we're in the 13,000 year of the Most High. Y'all can listen to him talk about millions of years if you want to. Within not even 600 years, and it destroyed everything. Now you think in your wildest dream, man's gonna be here all that time, wouldn't destroy everything, or probably wouldn't be able to come into earth now. Let them have it. So, understand this. He said, this is all to get him a name. Like he gonna get him a name and bringing forth righteousness on this earth forever and ever and ever. And nobody have nothing to say about it. Nobody could do anything to stop it. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of living power. You gonna fight the Most High? Yeah, they gonna try and fight him. You hear what he said? He said, I'm going through Egypt. I'm gonna kill every firstborn male. So I'm wiping them out. And I'm gonna get me a name, and he gonna let you go. He know what he's doing. Just like right now, we know the prophecies of the end times. But people playing around thinking, oh, I can do what I want to do. I can deal with this, that, dilly-dagging, lagging around. But the Most High is serious. You think he gonna come with some love? When he say he coming to judge and make war? Who he gonna make war with? 2/3 of our people, for sure. He say start with us. Over and over again, I've showed you. He gonna get these other nations too, because we're a nation. We 12 nations that make up one nation. Y'all realize that? Yeah. We the 12 tribes of Israel. Every nation is a tribe. Every tribe is a nation. 12 nations that make up one nation. He say start with us. He putting these plagues on the earth right now. He gonna get him a name. Listen. Exodus 11:2, he says, speak now in the ears of the people. No, let's start with 1. And the Most High said unto Moses, this is Exodus 11:1, yet will I bring one plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt. Afterward, he will let you go hence. After I bring this one plague on him, he gonna let you go. When he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out hence altogether. Tell me the Most High ain't powerful. Speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man borrow of his neighbor, and every woman of her neighbor, jewels of silver and jewels of gold, leaving up out of there rich. And the Most High gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Most High said, when you please the Most High, he make your enemies be at peace with you. Listen to what he said. And the Most High gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants, and in the sight of the people. And Moses said, thus said the Most High power, about midnight will I go out into the midst of Egypt, and all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die. Read it again. He said, about midnight, I'm going to go out into the midst of Egypt. So it's from midnight, he's going out, sending his death angel, the destroyer, who is the one you call Jesus Christ. He's called a destroyer, but he's an angel of the Most High. Listen. And all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sitteth upon his throne, even unto the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill. So I'm killing every firstborn. And all the firstborn of beasts. I'm going to even kill the firstborn of animals. Y'all ready for this? And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there was none like it, nor shall be like it any more. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue, against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Most High does put a difference between the Egyptians, these so-called Africans, these Hamites, and Israel, the Israelites from Shem. Even though, we don't even look like Egyptians. The closest thing the Most High compares to is the Ethiopians or the so-called Africans. But he said he put a difference between Egyptians and Israel. And all these thy servants shall come down unto me, and bow down themselves unto me, saying, get thee out, get on out of here. And all the people that follow thee, and after that I will go out. And he went out from Pharaoh in a great anger. And the Most High said unto Moses, Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Egypt. And Moses and Aaron did all these wonders before Pharaoh. And the Most High hardened Pharaoh's heart again, over and over again. This is what he did, so that he would not let the children of Israel go out of this land. Right? So now, this is the time period that we're in now. That's why I went back to show you what the Most High said he's going to do. And he says we in Egypt, right? Let me just prove that, because I told you, I said it was a Mashiach Yahushua. A lot of y'all might not even believe it. Y'all probably ain't never seen this. But let's go to the New Testament, especially when you all that go to church. Go to 1 Corinthians 10th chapter. This is something really good for y'all that, y'all have friends that go to church and so forth. Bring them here. Look what it say. Moreover, brethren, verse 1. It says, I would not that ye should be ignorant, not knowing how that all our fathers were under the cloud and all passed through the sea. Now, we kind of moving ahead from the time that we came out of Egypt. But it's still, I want to bring a point to you. And we're all baptized into Moses in the cloud and in the sea. Remember, we left. And the Most High opened up the Red Sea. We went through on dry ground. And did all eat the same spiritual meat, the same spiritual blessings that the Most High's word brought forth. And did all drink the same spiritual drink, for they drank of that spiritual rock that followed them. And that rock was, who? Mashiach. But you can't see that if you ain't spiritually endowed to see that he is the beginning of the creation of the Most High. The Most High created all things by him as an angel of the Most High or spirit of the Most High. You see, if you don't see that, then how you going to see him in the volume of the book? When judgment come, he say, depart from you that work iniquity, I never knew you. If you don't know him, from Genesis to Revelation, everything in between, here it is. He said, hey, we're in the wilderness. That spiritual rock that followed us was a Mashiach. That's what it's saying. In a cloud, a chariot by day, and that cloud turned into a fiery pillar by night as it led us in the wilderness. And whenever it stopped, we stopped, put our tents up, and when it moved, we got our tents together, we had to move and follow it 40 years till he killed every adult. Oh, wicked butts. Killed every adult except for Joshua and Caleb. But you see, it was him. Listen, but with many of them, the Most High was not well pleased, for they were overthrown in the wilderness. Many. Killed a lot of us. Listen what it says. Now these things were our examples, to the intent we should not lust after evil things. That's why you got to look at what you're dealing with and what you're believing in and where it's come from, where's the origin come from, before you just lollygag and following whoever and whatever. Because a lot of people are doing something, so a lot of you follow the crowd. Oh, they are. They, like somebody said, oh, everybody in these religions can't be wrong. Everybody doing the same thing, and y'all doing something different. Y'all the ones that's wrong, because everybody's following the same way. But you can go to hell any way you want to. Don't try to take me with you. or those that's trying to make it to the kingdom with you. Majority of the people don't know. They don't even know that this is Mashiach Yahushua that we reading about in 1 Corinthians 10. They can't relate to this because they're not dealing with the Old Testament. It's been done away with pretty much. What religion, I'm gonna keep asking, what religion dealing with the moral laws, the civil laws, the dietary laws, the ceremonial laws? That thou can say. Who is it that's really dropping what I just showed you that I learned from looking at the left-hand side? That they talking to each other and not to us as Israelites. Figuring out when Easter is. But ask somebody, man, they got things going on that our people just running around like holy rollers. You better understand, they doing things. Y'all ever seen on Walmart wall all these people that's missing? They used to have them on milk cartons. Have you seen me? They used to have little flyers with 2 people on them all the time. Have you seen me? What happened to those people? Being sacrificed every so many weeks. But that's another topic. Let's continue. Now these things were our examples. These are examples to the intent we should not lust after evil things. See? Some people look at this and they go into that evil. You better know how to stay righteous, baby. You can look at whatever you want to look at. If you know you got the spirit of the Most High, you got the spirit of Mashiach Yahushua, by some of Mashiach Yahushua, you can envision whatever you got to envision, but you're going to deal with the spiritual side or the Most High in righteousness. You can look at everything, but if you're not, then I would suggest that you even dib and dally into that. If you ain't experiencing a doubt, stay on the right path, because it'll take you on, like I said, we dilly and dallied in evil things. You can't look at something evil, what they dealing with, and don't. That's why Mashiach Shai said, be wise as serpents. Come on now. He didn't say no serpent, he said serpents. How you can be wise as serpents? You just run around holier than thou, and you don't even know nothing but whatever you reading here. You don't know how to take what you're reading here and observe it to be able to look at and find out what these serpents are doing, to be able to control it, and with the power of the Most High, by showing Mashiach Yahushua, that have no effect on you, but you still know what it is that they know and what they're telling each other. Oh, but that might go over your head, because you ain't got time for that. Y'all got too much. You got too much social media out here for you to have your mind all bugged out, or Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. You know what I mean? So that they got you dilly and dallying over here, and when they doing things over here, and you all over here dealing with all that, they dealing with making moves. That's why I said, Most I said, now these things were our examples to the intent we should not lust after evil things as they also lusted. It's our ancestors, our forefathers. Neither be ye idolaters as were some of them. See, they went into it. That's why I said you got to know what you got to know to be able to deal with what you know to be able to deal with not going over on that side and remaining on this side. People it out, but you still remain on this side because who got the power? Who the power? Who's really your power? The Most High or something else? My power is the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Straight up, who your power? And Jacob was the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. I'll call upon him anytime, all day, every way, shape and form. He's the power. All glory and honor to him. Can't go wrong with it. That's my name forever, more to all generations. He said we ain't need no evil, but we chose death that came with the evil. That's why I say, look what we did. Now these things were our example, verse 6, to an intent we should not lust after evil things, as they also lusted. Neither be ye idolaters, that's anyone that's dealing with anything outside from the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Neither be ye idolaters, as were some of them. Just our forefathers, as Israelites in the wilderness. As it is written, the people sat down to eat and drink and rose up to play. Rose up to do what? Aaron. Moses went up to get the commandments, the laws of the Most High. What do people say? What we say? Make us a calf. Aaron said, take your sons and your daughters, take off all your earrings. Everybody take off their golden earrings. He made this golden calf. This who brought you out of Egypt. This who we just read about. In other words, what the Most High say he gonna do? Kill all the firstborns in Egypt of the Egyptians and the beast. That was the Most High. And he made a calf to represent the Most High. Neither be ye idolaters, as were some of them. As it is written, the people sat down to eat and drink and rose up to play. Dancing and partying around this dang on calf. Neither let us commit fornication as some of them committed and fell in one day. Myself Shai killed how many? 320,000. Now, when he say in Revelation 19:11, he coming back to judge and make war. You think he ain't ready? Listen. 320,000. You hear what it said? As some of them committed and fell in one day. 320,000. 23,000. Not only that, listen what it say. Neither let us tempt Mashiach. We're in the wilderness. Y'all know him there? Can you identify him there? When you go back to Exodus and you go back to Leviticus and Deuteronomy, can you identify him? He said, hey, neither let us tempt Mashiach. We all call Jesus Christ. I call him a Mashiach, Yahweh Shai, Lord and Savior. As some of them also tempted in the wilderness, y'all, what we just read about, and will destroy the serpents. He had poisonous snakes to eat us. And that's where the doctor symbol come from. They had that pole, but Moses told Moses put a snake around the one side. They took it and put 2 snakes around it. That's the pole, the symbol for the medical field. But it would destroy the serpents. When they look at the pole with the serpent on it, say they be healed. Neither murmur ye, as some of them also murmured and were destroyed of the destroyer. So you think he coming back to judge and make war? He ain't already put in some work. He said, neither murmur ye, some of y'all murmurers, as some of them also murmured and were destroyed of the destroyer. He's called a destroyer. Is that your Jesus? You hear what it said? Verse 9, neither let us tempt Mashiach. That's Christ right there. As some of them also tempted in the wilderness and were destroyed of serpents. He already said he killed 23,000. So how many of these? He don't give a number for the number that died of the serpents here. He just said they was destroyed of serpents, poisonous snakes. Eat them up. Neither murmur ye, as some of them also murmured and were destroyed of the destroyer. He's also called the destroyer. That's why he's coming back to judge and make war. He's called the destroyer. Now all these things happen unto them for examples. Hear that? And they are written for our admonition, upon whom the ends of the world are come. It's for us. It's for us. So Mashiach Shai, who is called the destroyer, went through Egypt and killed every firstborn, people and beast. Put them to death. Okay. Look. After he killed Pharaoh and his chariots that was chasing us once he let us go, and the Red Sea, we went across dry ground. So they figured they're gonna chase us and go across dry ground as they seen it. We going across it. Most High covered them up with the Red Sea, and their bodies was on the shoreline. So we sang a song. It's beautiful. You look at the songs. Those are songs that David's writing. There's a lot of them is like talking about, putting some work, killing, and all of that. Look at the song that we sung in Exodus 15. It says, verse 1, Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto the Most High, and spake, saying, I will sing unto the Most High, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea. Killed him. This is a song. The Most High is my strength and song, and he has become my salvation. He is my power, and I will prepare him an habitation. My father's power, and I will exalt him. The Most High is a man of war. Hear that? The Most High is his name. I don't live with that word there because that's a word when you look up B-A-A-L and B-E-L, just where they got this from. So a lot of y'all still calling on this name, but it's like that was inserted, so you still be dealing with, our problem was we was dealing with B-A-A-L worship, with that idol, dealing with all the way back to Nimrod, Semiramis, and Tammuz, and dealing with all the way back to Satan, dealing with the devil. So these are the things that, do your research. Just like G-O-D is dog spelled backwards, D-O-G. That's all it is. We call them dogs. And it's in the New August Bible Dictionary. It says dog was a word that was used. Because so that's why I say we just read, till not a dog, right? Dog can't talk. Can a dog talk? We just read it. But actually, can a dog talk? It's a word used for the Gentiles because of profaneness and because of homosexuality, it said. That's something. That's why he said. In Exodus 11:7, but against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue. What? But y'all think it's talking about Lassie or Rin Tin Tin, or your favorite dog that you have, right? Dog is man's best friend. No. It's talking about people. Gentiles. Call them dogs. Shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast? How a dog gonna say anything against man or beast? That ye may know how that the Most High does put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. So, just look it up for yourself. I have the New English Bible Dictionary. I looked it up. It said dog was a word that was used by the Gentiles pertaining to the used by the Israelites pertaining to the Gentiles because of their profaneness and because of homosexuality. But ask somebody. So now that we are rolling in peace and love and happiness and joy, and let's go back to Exodus 12th chapter. I digress. So Exodus 12 and verse 6, it says, and ye shall keep it up, this lamb or a goat, you can use a lamb or a goat, until the 14th day of the same month. Like we count 14 days from 31st, it falls right in order. 14 days. Right? The 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. Right? And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper door posts of the houses wherein they shall eat it. So you take the blood, he said, of this lamb or the goat, you put it upon your door posts, and they shall eat the flesh in that night, right? This is on the 14th night. That's why I said the 14th evening will be the Passover from evening to evening, right? But in that night, remember at 12 o'clock at night, the destroyer, Mashiach going through, as an angel of the Most High, as a spirit of the Most High, going through killing all the firstborn of the Egyptians and beast. So now, when 12 o'clock he's starting, so he got to go through all the Egyptians, killing all the beasts, killing all the firstborns. He killing everybody. From 12 o'clock at night. We in the house. We got the door post covered with that, around our doorpost with that blood. We in the house. He said, they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened bread and with bitter herbs, just a meal. They shall eat it. Eat not it raw. No side of night all in water. Don't boil it. Can't put it in water in it. You know. But roast with fire. Gotta roast it with fire. His head and his legs, and with the pertinence thereof. And you shall let nothing of it remain until the morning. So that means whatever's left, you got to throw it away. And that which remaineth of it until the morning, ye shall burn with fire. You got to get rid of it. And thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste, in a hurry. It is the Most High's Passover, you see. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast. And against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Most High. He said, and the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are. So we're in the houses on the Passover, where we are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you by the destroyer, Hamashiach Yahushua, as the angel of the Most High, when I smite the land of Egypt. But it's coming from the Most High. You know, like put it like this. Let me give you a prime example. No comparison, though, but I'm just giving you an example. Putin is waging war against Ukraine. But Putin ain't in that war. Putin telling his men, go do this. Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, whatever it is. You go do this. That's what Most High said, hey, who killing them? They keep saying Putin's war. But he got his men that's doing the killing. He ain't never dropped no bomb on nobody. But it's still his war, just like the Most High. You see? He controlling everything. We ain't nothing but some puppets, like on a string. Sure, do this, do that, do that, do this. Right? You think that ain't real? Go to Job 33:14. Better understand. Y'all better understand who I'm talking about. Because a lot of people have their own way of thinking, or their own mind, think they're going to do this and do that. You're going to do nothing. If the Most High say, it ain't going to happen. Look. Job 33:14 says, for the Most High speaketh once, yea, twice. Yet man perceive it not. See? In a dream, you're going to go to sleep. Believe me, you're going to go to sleep. In a dream, in a vision of the night. Might even be a dream. You just have a vision at night. When deep sleep falleth upon men and slumbers upon the bed, when you go to sleep, you're going to go to sleep eventually. Then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instruction. He opened up your ears to hear what he wants you to do and give you instructions on what you're going to do. That he may withdraw man from his purpose. Oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You better say the Most High will. You better learn how to do that and say that. Most High will. That he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man. See, man and women, y'all get all pride for it's going to be my way. It ain't going to be your way. Not when the Most High got his hand in it. Understand, overstand it. Y'all better hear what he's saying. Going back to Exodus 12th chapter. He said, verse 12, for I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast. And against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Most High. And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are. So we's at our houses when this Passover is happening. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you. And the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. So you think about it. Think about every last Israelite put blood on their posts. What do you think? You think every last Israelite put blood on their posts? They believe what it is that the Most High said. And the message that went out to us. Think about how people don't even want to believe. They probably turn it off. When I'm in Exodus, that's the Old Testament. We not under the Old Testament no more. We ain't under the Old Covenant no more. We're in the New Covenant. Don't even know what they're talking about. People asking me, are we in the New Covenant? Are we teaching each other? They shut up then. I'm saying, have you read it? Don't ask me something that you can read yourself and see that don't make no sense. It said we all gonna know the Most High, from the least to the greatest. And we ain't gonna teach no more. We got a great teacher. Mashiach Yahweh gonna take 1,000 years to show us. We ain't gonna have to teach each other. He gonna bring that part that we don't know. We know in part, prophesying part, he gonna make it all whole. And the Most High gonna take 1,000 years to put all his enemies under his footstool. Just like he doing now, like he did those plagues in Egypt, get him a name. He gonna be all in all, y'all. That's what this is about. Y'all better lock in and understand. Most High name is jealous. He said, I'm gonna melt you. He said, I'm gonna melt you. What you think, he coming back with a flood again? No, he put this rainbow in the sky to remind himself, I ain't gonna flood the earth no more. I'm gonna bring fire. He gonna bring that fire, y'all. To purify. Fire and water is a purifying element. It's just purifying. You know? You work the works that you work now before the Most High, got an opportunity to see everlasting life. I say, everybody that hear my voice, and all you out there that's call yourself in the truth should be teaching these laws, period. That's what we did in street teaching. I mean, we prophesy, but you got to come back to these laws, because our people, they not going over these laws, y'all. You tell them repent and keep the laws, they not going over the laws. You got to take the time to show our people these laws. Everybody. Because he say he's going to beat them with a, I mean, think about it. Y'all know what it says. Going to beat them with a rod of iron. He going to smite all the nations and beat them down with a rod of iron by the law. He going to be saying, thou shalt not murder, and going to be killing people. What you think? He going to bring a change on this earth in righteousness? He going to be saying the law as he smiting people. He going to beat them down with a rod of iron. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Man shall not lay with mankind if he shall a woman, both of them have committed abomination, they shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. That's what he's coming to do. In all the laws. Thou shalt not eat pork. Thou shalt not eat shrimp. Anything they ain't doo-doo, I'm killing you. As it is written. You ready for this? All this is in the scriptures. When he come back to, like he said, I'm going to kill every last one of the firstborn of the Egyptians, both man and beast. We just reading it. What y'all, who y'all think it's going to be somebody different that's coming by the time, I mean, all this time from here to the time that all this wickedness going on the earth and have gone on the earth? What the Most I say in your affliction, Yasharahla, 12 tribes, you're going to seek me early. Because we offended him over and over and over and over again until this day. Because you ain't trying to show our people what pleases him. He said, it's my feast days. It's my holy day. It's my Sabbath. It's my holy day. Not doing your pleasure. Not speaking your own words. Not doing your own thing that you want to do. But he speak once. Yea, twice. Man perceive it not. But you got to have that number. He said he got a multitude. Let the multitude perish then. That was born in vain to let my grape and my plant be kept. He said he's going to take one of a city, two of a family. What if it's just somebody that was in our family or just going to be in our family that or the lineage that come after you. I'm talking to all you righteous suckers. What if it's one of your children? Children. We don't know. That's more righteous than you in the eyes of the Most High. That's coming. Ain't got here yet. Or somebody that was of the past. Oh, y'all righteous, y'all holier than thou, right? I don't think so. And with that,